Hello there guys, on this video I'm going to show you how to get unlimited ammo. Now you can't really duplicate ammo very successfully. There's a couple of ways that you can do it, but it doesn't work very well. It's really tricky, and it's actually much easier to duplicate the raw materials for ammo and then actually use an ammunition factory to make it. So because it's an ammunition factory, you can't make ammunition for things like the Alien Blaster. So it's just regular ammo. So what I'm doing up here is making shotgun shells. So I've got a couple of thousand in there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm not sure how many I have. So yeah, I've got 36,000 of those. I've got 49,000 of these, so I've got more than enough. I say unlimited, obviously it's not absolutely unlimited, but it will continue making ammunition for you whilst you're in the settlement. So, in order to make shotgun shells, I need fertilizer, lead and plastic. And as you can see, I've got a lot of fertilizer, 109,000, a lot of lead, 33,000, a lot of plastic in there, so I can make a hell of a lot of ammunition. So all you've got to do is duplicate these items, pop them into your ammunition plant and just leave it going. Now I've connected my ammunition plant to the conveyor storage, just so as it makes them, they just go in here nice and neatly instead of falling onto the floor. And of course you need to have your ammunition plant connected to a source of electricity and also to one of these terminals. So when you go into the terminal, you can change what ammunition it makes. As you level up, it gives you more options. So to begin with, you won't have all of these, but as you can see, I've selected shotgun shells, and when you select it, it tells you what materials you need. So you just make sure that's all in there. So lead, plastic, fertilizer, 2 of each. Let's just pop out of all of this. So you just duplicate those and pop them in here. So I've got a lot of fertilizer, a lot of plastic, and not so much lead. So that's the one I've got the least of. So I'm going to take all my lead out and I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm just going to drop it on the floor over here. So going into my Pip-Boy, over to my inventory, go to my junk, and I'm going to drop my lead on the floor. Now if it drops in more than one stack, which it has done as you can see, just pick it back up again. As long as you've got more than 8, it will group together when you pick it up. If you've got less than 8, you can only drop one at a time. So now that I've picked it all back up and I drop it, it's going to drop as just one stack of 30-odd thousand. So now I go into my workshop in there, and I press down and hold down my scrap button. I slide over to my store button and keep it held down, like so. And then I press the A button twice. Now you can see it's kind of fucked up because it thinks we've got a stupid amount of lead. So sometimes the numbers just go wrong, but don't worry about that, just press the button. So now when I go over to my inventory, my workshop, and I go to my junk, you'll see that I've got a stupid amount of lead. So you can see I've been duplicating quite a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, I've got 66,000, so I've just doubled that. So you did see a crazy number, but that number wasn't correct. It just doubles it. So I've got 66,000 of those now. I mean, look at some of the stuff that I have in here. 38,000 concrete, aluminium 105,000, adhesive 70,000. So I duplicate anything that I use quite a lot in the game. Quite nice to duplicate this, ballistic fiber. Exactly the same principle. In fact, I will duplicate some of that. First of all, I'm going to pop into here the lead that I've just duplicated so that it can continue making my bullets for me, and pop that back in. So now it's going to carry on making bullets, and I'll duplicate just before I go my my ballistic fiber. So drop it on the floor. You can see it did drop in several stacks, so I'm just going to pick it all back up again. Back into my Pip-Boy, drop it again, so it's going to drop into one nice stack. Go into my workshop mode, hover over it, and then I'm just going to hold down the scrap button. So on Xbox, that's the X button. I'm going to slide over to the store button, which on Xbox is B, and I'll keep my thumb on that button, like this. Okay, keeping that button held down, so I'm still holding the store button. Now I press A to scrap, and I press A to store. And that's going to duplicate it, so we'll have almost 400 in here. Ballistic fiber, so It's in junk, isn't it? There we go. Look, almost 400 now. So you can duplicate most things doing this. You cannot duplicate armor, you cannot duplicate weapons, and you cannot duplicate the magazines and the books. But I do have another method that you can use to duplicate all of those things. Now, when you're duplicating if you're duplicating a weapon, for instance, the big boy, it's an exclusive weapon, so I can duplicate this, but if you add all of your mods to it first, so you make it exactly how you want it by modifying it, and then you duplicate that version, then it duplicates all of the mods and everything too. So you get an exact copy of whatever you've created, and then you can give that to your partner or you can give it to your settlers. So it's very easy to duplicate lots of those, but you can't do it the same way I've just done this duplication. You can also duplicate things like the costumes, armor, like the Minuteman General uniform or the Silver Shroud uniform. All of them work perfectly well. So there we go, guys. That's all from me. You take care and have an awesome day. Bye bye.